Hey, what's up, y'all? Lindsay here. So I want to do a message. So any channeled messages to my new collective. So thank you everybody for joining my group. And this is what you need to hear right now from Source. So I'd like to ask God and the high selves of anyone listening to bring through any messages that pertain to the collective at this moment. So anything that is of the highest good, messages that pertain to the collective. That's it. I just want to be something simple. So, all right, let's do it. The Starborn. I'm not going to look this up in the book. I think right now, and I just saw 111 on the timer. So, new beginnings. There might be something in the back of your mind, or in the forefront of your mind, for that matter, that you're wanting to pursue. I posed a question. What's something that keeps you from starting, something new, because I wanted to start this Facebook group. But it was a process to get there because I was really scared to do this. And so I took singing lessons, and then I made terrariums, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the Facebook group. But it's funny because I'm like, why do I have to do the singing lessons to do this? But I could also see how, sometimes when you're wanting to do something scary or like new territory, sometimes you just have to just do stuff, if that makes sense. Like, you can't just go for exactly for what you want to do. So if I have like a vegan baking business, and I'm making paintings, and that's how I get paid, if I'm wanting to, okay, I want to start a Facebook group and do coaching and do like tarot readings and all this stuff, and that is so different from what I've been doing before, it's going to be hard to just do that. How do you do that? Most people are not going to do that. So that's why I posed that question, because sometimes you need to kind of start to realize how your ego or whatever comes in and keeps you from doing the new thing that actually brings you joy. I'm super excited to make this video, because everything that I know that can come from the group and that I want to put into it, I feel motivated, and that gives me energy to post stuff or have people connect, or certain things like that. So yeah, point being, I'm point being is that sometimes we just have to just try something. And even if it's oh, I've never tried Thai food, I'm gonna try Thai food. Something simple like that. We just have to just do things and then jump in. So I'm getting from this Starborn card that there's something I don't know, awesome that's about ready to be birthed. The egg is cracking, you know what I'm saying? It's already here. The idea is already formed. The idea of this group was here years ago in the egg, for a long time. And then it's okay, with the crack, and then it can be. So I guess that's how I'm seeing that, and all this, cosmic stuff. That's why I'm okay, maybe you're wanting to do something fantastical or magical, or something that seems far-fetched, You have some kind of like fairy powers. I know that sounds silly, but you don't understand what I mean. But anyway, that's what I'm getting from that card. I'm gonna pull some or do some regular tarot and then do a Rumi Oracle because I really didn't want this to be long. I want it to be short. I already shuffled these to begin with. Oh. Okay, I'm about to take that. That was like crazy. You guys couldn't, maybe you did see that. I don't know. The card shot on the floor. It's the Nine of Swords in reverse. So, okay, maybe some of you join this group because you're, I guess, ready to share your burdens, if that makes sense. Like you're ready to not like walk alone, you know, like I wanted to be able to talk with people that I guess we're also interested in growth, if that makes sense. So then to me, I'm like, well, why don't I just make a community and I share things too, and they can, you know, find strength and find their own purpose for themselves, and then like, you know, build like community stuff. Because to me, it's just like, as like women, it's just too much of a knockdown thing and a competition thing that, you know, why don't like, how do we change our mindset and actually, you know, be like woven together and build each other up? And maybe this is just coming from me as a single mother. A lot of times I feel like alone, like scary, you know, alone. So, you know, maybe that's also you. But either way, that card is kind of indicating that you are releasing some of these burdens. So sometimes joining a group that's supportive can like help with that. So that's great. Okay. And if also I'm like getting, maybe you need to reach out. Like maybe that card is also indicating for some of you that you should reach out. Like maybe you're having an issue with something and you need support. So this is your confirmation to go ahead and put that message out that, you know, like you need help from somebody. All right, so I'm gonna do a Rumi Oracle just because I love Rumi's poems, and I just feel like it would just be something beautiful to end the message with. Okay, so we got Sacred Phoenix Heart. Part of the reason why I love tarot and oracle cards is just the art in them, and like a lot of the poems and just a lot of stuff's really beautiful. And if you're working with God, the message can't be tainted. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the Rumi poem. I'm not gonna read all the stuff because this can kind of go on. Okay. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens. In total faith, love tenderly guides every lover to the garden of the heart. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. How I adore your defiant, rebellious heart. It knows that what for the mind is an end is for the heart, simply another match to ignite the sacred flames. It eats of love until it is filled, and then becomes hungry again and eats some more, and again and again. It eats of love until it is so full it must simply explode into a sacred fire of passion. It bursts, incapable of sustaining old consciousness in the expanse of blessings unlimited, lavished upon it through the great beloved's affection. It would be like attempting to fit an ocean in a teacup. So it does not. It bursts forth like a dying star in a spectacular radiance, only to be reborn again, new and hungry for the next feeding frenzy and love's great banquet. How I adore your defiant, spectacular heart. So I've highlighted two things here, and I don't normally do that, so it must have been so. It says, you don't have to do much other than get out of your own way. Love is your nature. Let it flourish, and life shall unfold accordingly. There may be dark or great darkness or confusion, and yet the unveiling of the new dawn is closest to the deepest darkness of night. So collective is going through some stuff. And I feel you, I feel you. That's why I started this group. But it's beautiful because I feel like it goes with the Starborn, you know, and it's just like a beautiful energy that, you know, is just like bursting and just has to like come out. So, you know, when you get to that place, it's actually wonderful because like there's really nothing else you can possibly do other than just do the thing. There's a certain point to where I had to stop saying, oh, I can't do that because I don't have time, or oh, I can't do that because I might fail, or oh, I can't do that because so-and-so might think I'm weird, or say, you know, it's like she's not qualified, you know what I mean? Like there's a million and one things to keep us from doing anything. But at a certain point, it's almost just like we just like explode, like we just have to do it. You know, it's just kind of like, I just got to the point where I was like, I don't want to make Pop-Tarts 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I'm like thinking about, okay, if I want to make more money, what do I have to do? You know, part of this is me talking about business stuff, and, you know, like part of it is like finding your purpose, and, you know, like a big thing that I'm going to like push and, you know, talk about is like, how do you want to spend your time? What do you want your day to look like? And not, this is what I have to do, and this is what I have to do, and this is what I have to do. No, everybody already knows all that stuff, you know? No, erase. Just who cares about that? Act like that doesn't matter. What do you want to spend your time doing every day? That's what you have to start with. You have to throw away all logic. You know, like the only way that I can help you, or anybody can help you, or you can help yourself, is if you throw away logic and you just start to go from the heart and like what feels like. It feels like this is how I'm supposed to be spending my day. Like if I feel like I'm supposed to be spending part of my day with my plants and growing things, then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to say, I know that I'm going to be able to make money out of that. You know, like plants start having babies. Okay, well I can make money because I'm already doing that. I'm already tending to them. And as long as that still brings me joy, because some people like having some plants, but they don't, you know what I mean? They don't want to do stuff with it. But if I like that, then pursue that. You know what I mean? You know, like if I like to spend my day cooking, and so I'm like, okay, yes, I do want to make a certain portion of my income baking because I like to, and like I want to have the stuff, and you know, whatever, then like do that. So that's my advice right now, is to, if you've gotten this far, is to essentially start writing that down. Like how you want to spend your time. Logic aside, how you want to spend your time each day. And it can't just be laying around and watching television, which I don't feel like anyone that is even in this group would say that. If you had all day, you just like loaf around. I mean, maybe you would. I don't know. But anyways, probably not. So what does that look like? You know, what do you want to do each day? What do you want to do each week? You know, some stuff's once a month or whatever. I recently found out I don't want to do like markets every week and, you know, festivals and stuff. I don't want to do that every week. It's way too much work. It's too much physical manual labor. I don't want to do that. You know, I'm like, I would much rather help people that want to do that, or help people do anything that they want to do. So that's why I'm like pivoting, because I'm like, it doesn't bring me joy to do that 1,000,000 hours a day. But could I make a video like this and do a tarot reading, or, you know, talk about childhood wounds, you know, or healing from traumatic relationships? Like, I'll talk about that stuff all day. So, you know, that's what God and Source have just called me to just totally pivot and like, okay, Lindsay, it's time for you to do what you know that you're meant here to do, which is like help people heal, and help empower women. I mean, empower everybody. Women need it in a very specific way, and men need it in a specific way, and they have their own coaches, okay? Let's just put it that way. They got their own coaches. So anyways, right now, yeah, just beautiful, like, look at this, like this, like beautiful, like red dress. Like, I don't know, it's almost like an angelic entity, like dancing. I don't know, it just something about it with the red, like a base chakra. To me, it's like sacred phoenix heart. That's hysterical. I was just getting ready to say, remind me of like phoenix energy. I wasn't even comprehending that I said that. Anyways, I see it in the art. Another reason why I love tarot. I love art. A way to merge art and spirituality. And when you're working with God and Source and your high self, you know, to bring the most positive messages that are gonna, you know, bring you and make you the most aligned on your journey. So that's all I have for my new group members. FYI, I will be posting this on YouTube, just as a way to start advertising for my group. So I do have a tarot channel. It's called Fierce Tart Tarot on YouTube. I have 1 subscriber. Yes. Hey, look, we all got to start somewhere. That's what I'm like, hey, what are your fears? I'm like, starting. My fear is I'm not going to have any subscribers. I have 1 subscriber. It could be me. I don't know. I don't think that that's possible. So I might actually have 1 subscriber. But anyways, I'm going to post this on YouTube. Hopefully, I'm going to have a link in the description box on where you can find my Facebook group. It's called, I keep forgetting the name of it, Strength and Purpose Through Source with Lindsay. I'm going to get used to saying that. But anyways, join my, if you're a female and you want to join my Facebook group for different business tips, like a lot of entrepreneurial stuff, like in a spiritual way, but in a spiritual way that is working directly with God and not in a bypassing sort of way. And my channel is not to even go into that stuff. I'm just talking about me directly, that I work with God and my guardian angels, my 2 guardian angels. So anyways, thank you. If you want to join my Facebook group, please do. Other than that, thank you. If anyone even actually ever watches to the end of this, I guess one day someone will watch to the end of this. Thank you. Oh look, I got a message that just came through on my business. Isn't that funny? So look, I'm right. That's my confirmation. Look, that's how God talks to us sometimes in our high self. Is we'll say something and then we get a confirmation like that. I'm like, one day somebody's gonna get to the end of this video and then I get a message and what the message was the emoji was an emoji with heart eyes. So that must mean yes, somebody is going to get all the way to the end of this video. So thank you, my beautiful souls. Thank you. I don't have anything else other to say other than to say thank you. I'll see you in the next one.